What a glorious day. Best day of the year so far. Must be around 18 degrees here right now. Up at my allotment plot, as you can see. This is my recreational area and it starts sort of there. You can see the sort of edge, it ends at the bin, but there comes back down here. This is where I'll have my barbecues and chill with some friends. This area here is going to be a play area for my kid. I put some bark down there. This is still in work. But this year I have built that fence. That was the first thing I done this year. Was built that fence. That fence was the same as that fence. But last year a hole ended up getting dug in the middle of my allotment plot right here. My tractor came through, they knocked down my fence, tractor came through, dug a big hole, fixed a pipe that came off the road, because there's a road that runs along the back there. So the rainwater pipe had been broken and they detected it was here. So they knocked down my fence, so I had to build a new one. And I wasn't too pleased because I had to use my decking wood, which is quite expensive wood. Anyway, so I laid all these paths this year. This is new, this arch. I've put some netting on the arch. I've got some peas here ready to grow onto the arch, the other side as well. I made this flower bed type area. So this is my lavender. It's my lavender. These are called, I think it's Annabella. So they're not lavender, but they're similar colour. But these are called Annabella. That, guys, is a strawberry tree. So you might not have heard of a strawberry tree. It's nothing to do with a strawberry bush or your familiar strawberry plant. This has nothing to do with it. This is a different species altogether. But the fruits on it look like strawberries. Don't taste like strawberries, but they look like them. Anyway, they're native to Ireland and the Mediterranean, which is strange. But it's looking quite nice. Strawberry tree. So they get nice sort of blossom and fruit at the same time, which is strange because the fruit doesn't ripen until it blossoms the next year. So when they do grow, you have got this nice display, sort of blossom and fruit. And it's an evergreen as well, so it's always got its leaves. It's a decent wee tree, and hopefully it'll survive well in this quite clay bound soil. Again, lavender. This lavender just looks like it's died. I actually saved these lavenders from the garden store because they were reduced price. But these ones look like they're thriving. And these ones look dead. So I don't know what the difference was there. Planted a couple of tulips and daffodils. They look beautiful. And I just threw them in the ground with some compost and they're doing quite good. So I fixed my roof as well. So this is my fence up close to actually put postcrete, sunk a few posts. I've set up some water systems, water gathering systems. This is my path I've made. These are a few flowers I've planted. This is a plum tree with 2 different types of tree on it. These are 2 different species, but it's been grafted together, which is pretty cool. So this is a new addition. I removed my fig trees out here. One of them was dead. One of them I've put back in the greenhouse to try and recover. So I've tidied all this up. Oh, tidy, but tidy as it can be. I've got all my bits and bobs, and I mix my soil here. I make a cup of tea here. I've got my kettle and my stuff here. Aye, so it's since I put the tarpaulin on, it's a lot drier in here, and I can keep stuff that I was keeping in my greenhouse in here now. So it looks a little better. I've got all my fertilizers and all my tools and bits and bobs, just random bits of garden stuff. So like I said, I done the tarpaulin, and it's got the water collector, but lately I've been using a lot of water, and it's not really rained that much. So this is my herb bed, which I never knew, guys, that you shouldn't really plant mint with your other herbs. The lemon balm's coming back, but this is mint, lemon. This was rosemary, and it looks dead. It definitely looks dead. I'm hoping that it's going to be like this one, because the deer actually ate these last year. You can see they were snipped. But I'm hoping the rosemary is going to be like that again, as long as there's still a root, something will grow. I'm sure that's my time. I'm sure that's time. That's just stayed consistently nice looking all the way through the whole year. And like I said, the mint was scranned from the deer, eaten, but it just comes back with utter vengeance. Look at it taking over. But what an amazing smell you get from the mint. And you know what? I'll just play the whole Darwin experiment on this one. The strongest survive, eh? So this is my French beans. They're looking good. They're all being trained to climb trestles. This is some rhubarb. Looking nice. Some weeds in there. This is blackcurrant. This is blackcurrant. And this is raspberry right beside it. So raspberry and blackcurrant, you can tell there's a difference. You can see by the leaves, they're different. All those are raspberries, all the way around, and that whole bunch over there, there's a whole group of them over there, congregating. Anyway, this is my other rhubarb bed, which is absolutely monstrous. It's huge rhubarb. It just loves this environment, this soil. But it's immaculate, like the leaves. I feel the leaves, and it's not even the bugs have been eating them. Well, maybe a couple of holes, but it's almost like perfect leaves. So this is my tatty patch. So the idea behind this, guys, I've been watching a few videos, and some people just throw potatoes straight on the soil and put straw on top and hope, well, they do grow, but I don't think they get as many potatoes. So what I've done, I've sort of combined the two ideas together, and I've made like I've made furrows, like troughs, like lines deep, and I've planted the potato in that soil, probably 6 inches down. So hopefully when they grow, the tubers won't turn green with the sunshine, because they'll be protected by the straw, and the straw retains water, so it won't dry out too quick. But aye, that's my tatties. Maris Piper. My missus just keeps skin, because that's the brand we go for in the house, but I'm not sure if that's the best brand or strain, should we say, to grow out here. Anyway, I've got my cherry tree blossoming over here. You see the blossom. Nothing in here yet. These are my onions, and they're looking not too bad. There's some onions growing here. This whole bed is Ailsa Craig onions and red, I think it could be red Baron onions. I'm keeping this bed for my corn. This bed has just been overtaken with raspberries. These are all raspberries. And there is a grape plant in there which my brother-in-law planted. I'm not sure if it's dead or not. What do you think, guys? Dead? Alive? I don't know if there's going to be any new growth from that. So we've seen that, we've seen them. Oh, we've not seen this yet, have we? So these are my beetroots. So these are beetroots. Sorry, in this 9 square, there's a couple over there. So these are beetroots. They are cauliflowers. Some cauliflowers in here, and then spinaches on the outside. Spinach. So there's a mixture of spinach, cauliflower and beetroot. And again, looking good. Doesn't look like the slugs have been near them or they look too dry or anything. They look like they're enjoying this bed. And apparently, like fresh beetroot, you can't beat it. You can't beat it, get it? So these are my salad, and right, I threw these seeds in this bed and totally forgot I'd done it. And they've grew back. They've came back with a vengeance. So I've tried to weed it and thin them out a bit. You can see there's some mare's tail growing there, some nettles. It's a constant battle with the weeds. That's looking quite nice, but we can see there's some. So this is Italian. I think it's Italian salad leaves. That one's quite big. So for something I forgot about, it's actually quite nice. We've got some strawberries in here. I've built a fence. This is a new addition, this fence, to keep the deer out. So the deer won't be getting my strawberries. 2 beds of strawberries. I've got blueberries over there, and I've got blueberries over there. But they're just 10 new seedlings, the blueberries. I've planted some new rhubarb in there, but they just sort of, the leaves died away. But I'm hoping that the root, it reproduces some leaves. Already it has in the middle. Just see over that. That's rhubarb there. So you see it there coming back. So it is coming back. And that's my compost area over there. This is my crap area where all my crap is. Over here, there's rubbish, empty cans of energy drinks. This is my apple tree. So the apple tree's blossoming nicely. Got some more blackcurrant here. My pear tree looking lovely. Like I said, everybody's got a rubbish corner with these allotments. That's what I noticed with allotment programs. They didn't really show you the crappy parts. That's my compost. So I've done all these paths. It's a lot nicer and neater. I think the arches in the flower bed is a nice addition. It makes it more welcoming when you actually come in here. So this, guys, is my greenhouse. I'm just going to do this video in one take. So we've got 2 strawberries here, 2 strawberry plants. Boom, looking nice. We've got SBS chocolate demon peppers. This is a hot pepper. I can't remember the name of it. It's a scorpion, something scorpion. And we've got a couple of Scotch bonnets, a red and a yellow one. Here at the back, I think, there are Scotch bonnets. We've got Hungarian chilies here, the small ones. These are my leeks that I need to plant out. This is a fig tree here. We've got a fig tree. We have another fig tree, the one that I saved that was over in that keg that I've replaced with a plum tree. But like you see, guys, it's got new growth coming, so hopefully that'll be alright in the greenhouse. So we've got a couple of tomato plants here, cherry. We have tomatoes, cucumbers. These are 2 tomatoes, these are 2 cucumbers. We've got lots of like salad leaf growing up. This is just an experiment to see how it gets on. We've got oh, sorry, Iranian lily. What's it? It's called a fratelli or something like that. I can't remember the name of it, but it was looking sad in the. It's looking sadder now, to be honest. I said it was looking sad in the garden shop, but it's looking sadder now. I think the flowers only come up for a short period of time. Anyway, this is a whole stack of strawberries. Boom. Lovely jubbly. So I'm just airing this greenhouse out because when I came up it was over 30 degrees Celsius. Now it's just over 20. So it's cooled down in here dramatically. But that's about it, guys. And what an amazing day to show you my awesome allotment plot that I've been working on practically. I've never gave so much time, money and effort into this place. This is the most I've done. And I'm chuffed to bits, guys. I've even got I'm feeding the birds, my bird feeder. A bird feeder here. Some fat there for them. Some plum trees here. That's a plum tree. This is a plum tree. There's apple trees in the back. There's hazel. There's brambles. There's raspberries. These are some cuttings I took of the apples. These are some cuttings I took of the plums. That's some cuttings I took of some berries, and I put them in that greenhouse and forgot about them, so they're a bit dried out. But I've just watered them again. That one's fine though. That one seems to have stole all the water from the other ones. Aye, this is just waste. This is like a wildlife. There's deer, everything in this part. Grouse. Aye. And we've got cucumbers and lettuce growing in the greenhouse. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that wee tour, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.